Hello, Oracles! Teslas are the safest vehicles on the planet. There's a few articles we're about to go through tonight with some tests that just happened recently, and if you guys didn't see the interview that Farzad did with Alexandra, Merz, and Gary Black, definitely check it out. I've got that link down in the description. Lots of great info that they went over there, and one of the things that Gary Black had pointed out was the fact that Teslas are the safest vehicles on the planet, but Tesla doesn't really share it with anybody. It's up to us to share this out there. And when you're looking at mainstream media, look at how many videos we see. If Dan O'Dowd is allowed to put out the stuff that he's putting out there, that means that the knowledge is not out there to show how safe Teslas truly are. So Gary, I am here and I'm going to try to do my part. And if you guys can share this video to do your part as well and share the links that I've got down in the descriptions for the articles that have been written about these tests that were done, that would be huge for us to do our part until Tesla does step up and start sharing this themselves. And so before we jump into all the safety stuff, just going to go over the quick stock information that we normally go over. The downward trend sort of broken today. So we had a great day today, finishing up over 3%. The entire market was green today. So it seems like, after 5 days of being red, starting to get some buying coming back in. Now, Tesla had their RSI that was down around 40. It is now back up over 50 after being green the last couple of days. So we're right above that downward channel. I'm really going to pay attention to how we trade tomorrow, because if we can continue to break out of this, or if we continue to trade sideways and consolidate, this is a very good sign. Maybe we don't drop down to that lower $250 level anytime soon. We'll wait and see how this trades. But that's what I'm paying attention to, because this just edging above that downward channel could tell me that this may be a bull trap and we may pull back down afterwards. We do still have CPI that's coming out next week, along with PPI. Today we got the interest rates going up over in Canada. They went up 75 basis points. So thank you, Abhishek, for sharing that over with me. And they were basically discussing whether they were going to go with 75 or 100. They chose to go with the lower of the two options that they were kind of toying with. So I'm wondering when we get to ours here in the US, if because we're toying with 50 or 75, maybe we end up going with the lower as well. I think CPI data next week is going to give us an indication as to whether we go in that direction. So still some data to come through there to make that decision. But seeing as we have basically followed Canada all year long, except for the fact that they went with a 100 basis point hike in July, we may end up following the same trend. Again, we'll follow and wait and see. I think that we are going to go with a 50 basis point hike as long as we get a lower than expected reading for CPI. As of right now, we do not have the expectations out officially. Previously, they were looking around 8.7%, but that may have just been a glitch that was on the system that I was looking at. So as of right now, it doesn't show that there's anything. I am thinking we're going to come in at 8.1. Would love to see a 7 in front. I think if we come with a 7 in front for our CPI data, that means that we are probably going to see a 50 basis point hike for the FOMC meeting. So now to get into the safety. So we already know that Tesla has the best tech you can get in a vehicle. Tesla is also the fastest EV you can find. They're actually the fastest vehicle on the planet from a stock standpoint when it comes to the Model S Plaid. A lot of people love these things. They love the stats. Those are the flashy, fun things that people know about. But nobody really talks about how safe these vehicles are, because not only are Teslas the fastest and coolest vehicles on the market, they're also the safest. And that's the piece that a lot of people don't see. So we're going to share some of that information with you guys here. And again, I ask you guys to share this, share the articles, get the word out there about the safety of these vehicles, because when I'm looking at vehicles for my son, who's going to be getting his license next year, when I look at it is, I don't care how fast this vehicle can go. Fast is dangerous as far as I'm concerned when it comes to my child. But if I can get the safest vehicle, that to me is what is going to sell me on it. That is why I want to get my son a Tesla, is because it is the safest vehicle, and a lot of people need to know this. So the first test we're going to discuss is the ANCAP over in Australia. That's the Australasian New Car Assessment Program. So they went through all their testing, very much like a lot of these different safety testing programs that are out there. Another one is going to be the NCAP over in Europe. So we're going to discuss that one in a moment. But The Model Y is new. For the last few months, they have started rolling into Australia. So it's a newer vehicle, so they're doing the tests on it. And they scored extremely high. So Electrek did a great rundown on all of this. Again, that article is down in the description. And so I'm going to run down some of the key statistics that they went over to share with you guys, and they compared it to a Kia so that you guys can see where they rank versus other comparable vehicles. And what I've also heard from Marc, thank you for sharing this, Marc, the Model Y is hot over in Australia right now. People are buying them up like crazy. So this is awesome for that market, really building up there. We know that Tesla has a lot of mega packs that are going in Australia right now due to a lot of brownout situations that they've been having. So that's huge. So Tesla is really making a solid footprint over in Australia, and showing the safety rating is going to make that even better. So 4 of the key metrics that they go over, the first is adult occupant protection. They rate them at a 97% as compared to the Kia Niro at an 88%. Next is the child occupant protection. Tesla comes at an 89%, whereas the Kia comes at an 84%. Next is the vulnerable road user protection. Tesla's an 82% and the Kia is a 76%. And last is the safety assist. That is 98% for Tesla and 87% for the Kia. And now, while I do want to tout all of the awesome scores that Tesla got, they're not perfect. There are some caveats that they have and some things that they can improve upon, one of which was for the child occupant safety, because they do not have a restraint that is suitable for all the different child seats that were out there. The rear-facing ones did very well, but Tesla does not have a setup to properly install a booster seat. So that was one of the issues, and they lost some points on that. And now one of the key points that they did make is something that, we've seen with the Dan O'Dowd videos that are out there talking about hitting pedestrians and children. And ANCAP said, quote, the Autonomous Emergency Braking System, AEB, system is capable of detecting and reacting to pedestrians and cyclists. The AEB system showed good performance in pedestrian test scenarios in both daylight and low light, with collisions avoided or mitigated in most scenarios, including turning scenarios and some reverse AEB backover. In cyclist test scenarios, the AEB system offered good performance with maximum points scored. So again, this is something that, they were out there. There's a lot of FUD videos out there trying to show how unsafe Tesla is. This now is an official safety rating that is out there saying that it is safe. And when it comes to car-to-car collisions, tests of the AEB car-to-car system showed good performance with collisions avoided or mitigated in all scenarios, including AEB junction assist, where the test vehicle can autonomously brake to avoid crashes when turning across the path of an oncoming vehicle. So again, amazing safety coming out of Tesla, not just because the car is built to be safe, but the car is built to be smart enough to be safer than a human. And NCAP says that those safety results apply to the Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive and performance variants. And now we're going to move over to the Euro NCAP safety ratings, which they received almost near perfect scores. And so the Euro NCAP is the European New Car Assessment Program, and they received the highest overall score among any vehicle tested under the agency's most stringent test protocol. Best safety of any vehicle ever tested by them. Does it get any safer than that? So the testing measures tested 4 areas: the vehicle's ability to protect adults, its ability to protect children, the protection it provides vulnerable road users to cyclists and pedestrians, and its safety assistance features. So very similar to the ANCAP that we just discussed. And the Model Y that they tested was one that came out of Giga Berlin. So while they've been testing them for 5 years over there in the NCAP, this is the first time that they are testing one that is coming out of Giga Berlin. And now going back to debunk Dan O'Dowd's videos, the agency also commended Tesla for its camera-only vision system, which it said performs remarkably well in preventing collisions with other cars, cyclists, and pedestrians. And Euro NCAP's Secretary General, Michael van Ridingen, and I apologize if I butchered that name, said, quote, Tesla have shown that nothing but the best is good enough for them, and we hope to see them continue to aspire to that goal in the future. And the link to that article from The Verge is also down in the description. They've got videos showing all the tests that they ran through when it comes to the driver assist, when it comes to pedestrians and cyclists, and how it functioned and performed there. So definitely check those videos out. We have seen a lot of those over on Twitter. Sawyer Merritt shared a whole bunch of those all day today. So definitely check those out. You can see the true safety and functionality of the vehicle. Now, for those of you who also don't know, Tesla, all 4 of their vehicles have received 5-star safety ratings from NHTSA, and they've also achieved the highest safety rating possible from the IIHS. So again, these are things that are out there. People know this. We in the know, understand how safe Teslas are and that they are the safest vehicles on the planet. Unfortunately, Tesla does not put that out there as broadly as everything else. So when you have a lot of FUD that comes out, there's not a lot of Tesla fighting this. This is something that Gary Black talks about that the PR team could really help with if Tesla had one. Unfortunately, we don't have one yet. So again, if you guys can share this video, put this out there, share those articles, share as much as you can about how safe Teslas are, so that when people are looking for a vehicle, they're not just looking for fast and fun, they can get fast, fun, and safe all from the same vehicle. And now, just as a footnote, just so we're completely clear, the European NCAP and NHTSA do not use autopilot or FSD in their testing protocol, but the Euro NCAP does take into account the emergency braking and the lane keep assist that keeps you from unintentionally driving into another lane. So Gary, if you watch this, I hope I did you proud. I hope we can start spreading the word about this, and maybe Tesla will listen and actually put out a PR team or do something like you said, spend a couple $1 million a year to just show how they are when it comes to safety, and that it will help people down the road. Farzad in the interview today said, for the next few years, it's probably not going to make a huge difference because Tesla is such a big leader in everything, but it is going to make a difference down the road. And if we can start laying that foundation and that groundwork now, I think it'll make a huge difference down the road as well. So again, going back to the stock, awesome day today. Loved seeing all the green, loved seeing that break out of that downward channel that we're on. We'll see if we continue up. I am still maintaining my buys in for 250 at the moment. We'll see how we trade. We still have those 2 gaps down to 247 and 258. We'll just kind of pay attention, see how we go. But again, I'm just going to follow that over the next couple of days. Otherwise, some other awesome news. So we've been talking about how we're going to have Alexandra on the channel, and it sounds like we might actually be able to get Alexandra and Dr. Jack on at the same time. Super excited about that. I will get more info out to you guys as we get the schedule all set up. So very excited about that. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys see from safety for Tesla? I mean, if you guys own a Tesla, what have you seen? I know one of my friends, Tony, who owns one, said he was driving on the highway one time. He was going to start turning into a lane. His blind spot was, a car was coming in his blind spot. He couldn't see it, and the car shifted him away from it. Literally saved him and his family's life. The car just did that on its own because it saw what he could not see. This is the amazing technology that is coming out, and this is something that we need to share with the public. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have any situations like that you can share with how safe Teslas are. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a Patreon. That link is also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.